Biggest Game Announcements from March 2026 brings together some of the most notable reveals and updates shared during the month. Several new titles were introduced, while others returned with fresh trailers and gameplay details. Let's see what's coming next.
So Doc, I'm guessing you've covered your fair share of reports regarding signs of life?
To say that this geode is...
Project Vesperi is a sci-fi narrative game where players control Dr. Evelyn Roth, an astrobiologist investigating a possible sign of life on Venus at Geyser Canyon Station. Gameplay revolves around dialogue choices and decision-based interactions that influence character relationships and events inside the station. Players examine locations, gather information, and respond to conflicts involving an intruder threatening the habitat. Each decision can change character outcomes and lead to different story results, with more than 10 possible endings.
I know you care about him.
I may not have people that I'm supporting, but Jesse does.
Why are you here? What do you want with the geode?
I have orders, Doctor.
No!
Helen, no!
This geode is beyond our comprehension. It's bigger than all of us. I'm guessing all of us in this room have people waiting for us back home. Please let us go. Let me figure this out. Let me try. Let me get back to my daughter.
Freeze! Don't move!
Wait, please! Don't shoot! I don't know what's going on.
Psycho Dead is a third-person survival horror game where players control Elixia, a girl with psychic abilities trying to escape a secret laboratory filled with dangerous experimental creatures. Gameplay combines combat, stealth, and puzzle solving inside interconnected facility areas. Players use powers such as telekinesis, pressure attacks, energy blasts, and defensive barriers to fight enemies or manipulate objects. Resource management, backtracking, and environmental interaction play a key role while avoiding deadly stalkers searching through the laboratory.
Right now, this place is swarming with creatures. We need to get out of here together, but we'll have to rely on your powers. What was that thing?
Your skills are magnificent. Foes should be proud of you. Prove to me you're a true masterpiece.
Pragmata is a science fiction action-adventure game where players control Hugh and his android companion Diana inside a lunar research station. Gameplay combines third-person combat with a hacking system used to disable defenses and expose enemy weaknesses. Players manage both characters during encounters using Hugh's weapons while Diana performs hacking actions that affect targets and devices. Progress requires coordination between combat and hacking while moving through the station and dealing with hostile machines and security systems.
What the hell is going on here? And why are these things trying to kill us?
While I was preparing to depart for Earth, the moonquake struck, damaging Edis.
Enacting attack protocol. Permission to commit acts of controlled violence granted.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm calling it. You'd make a lousy friend. We'll shut Edis down, and then we'll head to Earth.
Let's do our best. I decide my own way, and I'm going to Earth with you.
We're a team, right? A whole new life. If you're ready.
Okay, then let's go. Together. I'm gonna get a better look.
Hello. We are Cabin, your one-stop companion for all things shelter.
Aincrad is in danger.
Echoes of Aincrad is an action RPG where players create a custom hero and fight through the floating castle of Aincrad. Combat uses real-time attacks, weapon skills, and special abilities while coordinating with a chosen partner during battles. Players manage equipment, character stats, and skill builds to improve combat performance. Progression involves completing quests, defeating enemies, collecting gear, and leveling up while unlocking stronger abilities and expanding access to new locations inside the castle.
Right.
I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
Phantom Line is a cooperative shooter where players join a special unit investigating paranormal anomalies across a post-nuclear European region. Missions take place across a large map filled with dynamic events, hostile factions, creatures, and supernatural threats. Players gather resources, craft equipment, and upgrade their base while completing objectives. A system called Husk allows operators to transfer their consciousness between artificial bodies, creating tactical options such as scouting, distraction, and coordinated attacks.
You're not a rookie, but this ain't the battlefield, you know. The rules have changed, and so will you.
The Abased is a fantasy action RPG inspired by biblical themes where players control Elihias, an exiled faith enforcer suffering from multiple afflictions. Combat uses slings to stagger large enemies and blades for close attacks, requiring timing and positioning against giant opponents. Players track threats approaching settlements, manage injuries, and maintain balance between devotion and feral instinct. Character condition directly affects combat effectiveness, while different tasks involve combat encounters, tracking targets, and handling environmental dangers. Cthulhu. The Cosmic Abysses is a narrative adventure game where players control Noah, an occult investigator examining the disappearance of miners at a deep-sea mining station. Gameplay involves investigating locations, collecting clues, and solving puzzles while navigating a submerged ancient city linked to cosmic entities. Players work with an AI companion named Key to analyze information and unlock paths through complex areas. Decisions during investigations influence how events unfold and affect the outcome of the case.
Of a truth so unfathomable, it will rewrite the history of humankind. The Cyclopean ruins we've discovered during our initial exploration are proof that civilizations rose and fell on Earth in its antediluvian past. Our first manned expedition will leave for the city in 2 days' time. We'll set up a base camp from which to conduct our exploration. If the maze is any indication, what we're about to see will change our very understanding of the universe.
Stay back! Stay back! Ah!
Onimusha Way of the Sword. Capcom proudly presents the latest.
Onimusha Way of the Sword is an action game where players control a samurai fighting demonic creatures known as Genma in a dark fantasy version of Edo-era Kyoto. Combat revolves around sword fighting, timing-based attacks, and using the Oni Gauntlet, a mystical artifact that grants the ability to defeat supernatural enemies. Players move through different locations across the city while engaging in battles against monsters and uncovering the events connected to the spreading malice.
The protagonist, a lone samurai, Miyamoto Musashi.
Let's see your best then, eh?
Musashi set out on his journey with a simple goal: master the sword and stand peerless above all swordsmen. But the Genma had other plans. Musashi is struck down, but finds himself revived with an Oni Gauntlet on his arm. Now, Musashi has a new goal: rise up against the monstrous Genma ravaging the land, and carve himself a new fate. But his path is not a lonesome one. A vibrant cast of allies awaits.
Musashi!
And his old rival, Sasaki Ganryu, stands firmly in his way. With blade in hand and fate in the balance, will Musashi's bloody battles against formidable foes deliver him hope or despair? Kyoto's history is abound with many strange tales and unsettling mysteries. And you can experience strands of these hidden legends woven throughout the story. Feel the ring of steel on steel, intense duels. Reduce enemies to pieces with a devastating Isen. Parry and deflect attacks with well-timed blocks to turn the tide of battle in your favor. And, of course, absorb souls with the Oni Gauntlet to recover health or ready powerful abilities. Moving from one bloody and desperate battle to the next, Musashi searches for his reason to fight. What answers will he find at the end of his blade? Miyamoto Musashi walks the perilous path of the Onimusha. And on it, a new legend will be forged.
Where Winds Meet Hexi expansion adds a large desert region to the wuxia action RPG, introducing 3 new chapters connected through locations such as Jade Gate Pass, Liangzhou, and surrounding grasslands. Players travel across more than 20 subregions while confronting 11 bosses and completing quests tied to the new storyline. Combat expands with additional martial arts paths and weapons, including the umbrella and rope dart, while new legacies, events, and activities extend progression across the region. Nakwon Last Paradise is a multiplayer zombie survival game set in an urban area of South Korea, where players manage a shelter while searching the city for supplies. Gameplay alternates between maintaining the base during the day and entering dangerous city zones at night to gather resources. Expeditions involve PvPvE encounters against infected creatures and other survivors. Players craft equipment, upgrade their shelter, and decide whether to cooperate avoid confrontation, or fight for resources.
저거 봐봐. 네, 하나 건졌네. 됐다. 가자. Enchant is a fantasy MMORPG featuring 3 character classes, Warrior, Archer, and Mage, within a system built around divine authority mechanics. Players develop characters through combat and progression while managing multiple characters using a squad mode that runs up to 3 heroes from 1 client. The game includes a 2-4-hour offline play system that continues character growth based on preset schedules.
Never free.
Ruiner 2 is a cyberpunk action RPG set in the city of Ringkok, where players control a hacker who captures enemy bosses and turns them into playable combat bodies, called shells. Gameplay revolves around fast isometric combat and the shell system, which allows switching between different characters during battles to combine abilities and create attack chains. Players customize weapons, implants, and gear while managing limited resources and developing skill trees for each shell.
Sorry, puppy. You don't get to die like this. You're done running solo. Now move!
Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection brings together 7 titles from the Star Force series in a single package with updated features and additional content. Gameplay uses action RPG battles based on card attacks and positioning during combat encounters. Players build decks of battle cards to perform attacks and abilities while progressing through each story. The collection also includes customization options such as autosave, encounter settings, and visual filters, along with online matches and a gallery of artwork and music. Peregrino is an isometric survival adventure where players travel through a cursed forest while leading a caravan of companions. Gameplay alternates between daytime expeditions and nighttime camp management. Players gather resources, hunt creatures, and collect materials while moving through dangerous areas. The caravan acts as a mobile base where equipment is crafted and upgrades are installed. Encounters with other pilgrims introduce requests and decisions that affect how the group continues toward New Eden. Marathon is a PvPvE extraction shooter where players control cybernetic runners scavenging a lost colony on Tau Ceti 4. Gameplay revolves around entering dangerous zones to collect equipment, weapons, and valuable resources while facing AI enemies and rival players. Teams of 2 or 3 can cooperate during missions, then extract with gathered loot to upgrade builds and unlock stronger gear. Different runner shells, weapons, and implants allow players to create customized combat setups for future runs. Fossilfuel 3 is a first-person action game set on a remote Siberian island where dinosaurs roam across a large open environment. Players use firearms and other weapons to survive encounters with different dinosaur species while moving through the island. Objectives include confronting mercenary forces, triggering battles between factions, and completing tasks across multiple areas. The game also includes additional modes such as Horde mode, Sandbox mode, and a new Game Plus campaign. Claim Denied is a cooperative comedy horror game where players work as insurance agents aboard a spaceship investigating suspicious claims. Teams examine incidents reported by clients and gather evidence to determine whether the cases involve fraud against the corporation. Each player takes a specific role, such as bureaucrat, scout, medic, or engineer, contributing different abilities during missions. Progress depends on teamwork while handling unusual situations and completing objectives during investigations.
Comes first.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection is a role-playing game where players become a writer who forms bonds with monsters called monsties. Gameplay revolves around collecting monster eggs, raising creatures, and using them in turn-based battles alongside the player character. Players travel between different locations while completing quests and developing their party. The story involves twin Rathalos connected to past events between two nations, with progression built around battles, exploration, and monster growth.
Protect you! What a stalwart creature!
My father once told me, Rudy is a very special feline. Whenever you need him, he'll come to your aid.
I'll have you know I made up my mind! In the service of your development, I will go to the end of the world and beyond!
Mixtape is a narrative adventure game where three friends relive important memories during their final night together before a farewell party. Gameplay moves through short interactive scenes inspired by different moments of adolescence. Players take part in activities such as skateboarding, taking photographs, hitting baseballs, and setting off fireworks. Each segment is connected through a music playlist, with events unfolding as a sequence of playable memories tied to the character's past experiences.
Because you know the perfect song for every moment. What song would be playing now? I don't think it's been written yet.
Baba?
The House of Hikmah is a narrative adventure game where players control Maya, a young girl searching for answers after her father's death. Gameplay involves moving through themed worlds inspired by scholars of the Islamic Golden Age while solving physics-based puzzles. Using a device left by her father, players transform materials, redirect wind, bend light, and manipulate objects to open new paths. Conversations with historical scholars reveal knowledge connected to Maya's search for understanding.
There's a door. Behind it, the silence is almost your voice.
Sector 13 Haunted Woods is a cooperative horror game where players act as field agents investigating a sealed forest filled with anomalies and cursed artifacts. Teams of up to 4 players explore different locations, recover artifacts, and track abnormal signals using specialized equipment. Communication plays a key role because voice chat is detected by enemies, meaning spoken words can attract danger. Missions also involve solving environmental puzzles and surviving encounters with hostile entities. Necrophosis Subconsciousness is additional content for the game Necrophosis that introduces a new story chapter set in deeper layers of its surreal world. Players move through unusual environments filled with symbolic imagery and distorted spaces while interacting with mysterious entities. Gameplay involves navigating these locations and solving puzzles connected to the narrative. The chapter delivers a short, self-contained experience that expands the story and themes introduced in the base game. Atomic Heart Blood on Crystal is additional content that continues the story of Atomic Heart and sends Major P3 deeper into Facility 3826 to confront the AI known as Charless. Players travel through new locations such as the Wave Platform and the Crystal Complex while fighting hostile machines and experimental enemies. The DLC introduces polymorphs, enemies capable of shifting elemental forms, requiring players to adjust combat tactics and use different weapons and glove abilities.
Let's kick their ass! Holy shit!
Swift, cruel, and manly.
Nastya! Okay. Ready? Let's do this.
Phantom Lamb is a third-person psychological thriller set inside an early 20th century asylum where players uncover secrets linked to disturbing events. Gameplay revolves around stealth and careful movement through corridors while avoiding patrolling guards. Players hide, observe enemy patterns, and use the environment to remain undetected. Documents, recordings, and other artifacts reveal details about experiments and the asylum's past, gradually explaining the events connected to the protagonist's fragmented memories.
Welcome back, monster.
Blackroots is a cooperative fantasy horror game where players confront a spreading corruption created by a dark force known as Ulvorin. Gameplay includes story mode and purge mode, where players complete objectives such as breaking ritual pacts and clearing corrupted areas. Characters gain levels, earn currency, and unlock tools to improve survival. A sanity system affects gameplay, and losing stability sends players into a shifting madness maze where they must escape while being pursued.